Hey everyone, I'm Lamont Gilchrist. L.G.Fitness-Messiah.com is my webpage. Lamont Gilchrist, natural pro bodybuilder on Facebook, and Lamont Gilchrist, Natty, Natty, on YouTube. Get ready to head back to Nebraska. Got some high school athletes getting ready for their season. Got some clients, some contest dieters, some people getting ready for the Nebraska bodybuilding show that I'm helping. Some other trainers get ready for their competition and other things. So I always have a lot of things. It's so funny to me. I'm just going to enlighten some people. It's so funny how, especially in Nebraska, mostly all the guys who I have people who I training people or get ready for shows, but they always come back to me, but then they take the credit. It's like for what it is that they're doing, and they're still training people. And I let people be what it is, and I understand that it's a business, but I'm never trying to be out in the forefront or jumping around and be like, oh yeah, this is me, I did this stuff and everything else like that. But shout out to those people. They know who they are. So let's improve your diet real quick. All right, so let's get some understanding, mental understanding about how this thing goes, and about life, and about dieting, and about nutrition, and about being healthy and living healthy. From a biological standpoint, we reproduce ourselves about every 10 years. That's what they said. So all our tissue, muscle, ligaments, and stuff like that regenerate itself with some chains, genetic chains left off, because that's part of the aging process. It's like taking a copy of a copy, making copies of a copier on a copier machine. The stronger the copier machine and the better quality the copier machine is, the better copy you'll make. But there's always things falling off the edge or coming from it every time you make a copy of a copy. And so that's what we're doing. So there's hope for the most part. And then you have to understand certain organs in the liver and certain organs in the body, they can regenerate and repair themselves if they're given the opportunity to heal and they're not being taxed so much. So that's always got to be one of your key points, or one of your key understandings of what it is that you're doing when you're trying to get healthy. This is for health, and this is also for getting in shape. So you can repair your liver. You get, a lot of people like to do toxic cleanses, and you can cleanse. So you can cleanse body parts, but over a period of time when you don't do certain things, then your body will start to repair and re-heal itself for the most part, because that's just our evolutionary and our ability when we're making copies of ourselves. And so when you have that understanding, then let's get to like some basic terms. Like I have people always say, well, when do I get a cheat day? Or where's my cheat day? Or rest days and working out is rest days. I don't take extra planned rest days past the rest days that I plan, or think of makeup days, because you can't make up for stuff. You can't make up for time. You can't make up for a situation. That's an illusion. You can't make up for lost times or lost situations. All you can do is learn from those things and move forward, and be more prepared for what it is that you're dealing with in the future. So with that understanding and that ideology, is that there's life things that happen. So I know that those things are going to take away time from my exercising, my training. I know I'll probably get injured at some points at some time and stuff like that. So I don't really need to schedule time all past my time that I'm already scheduling for my rest days and my working out. And I suggest to my clients, and I suggest to people to do that, because life things come up. You might have to go on a trip. You might have to go do something for this or whatever. Some things come up. You never know. Illnesses come up. So just keep that in mind. And so that brings me to my point about cheat days. Do you cheat in your relationship with your spouse? Do you cheat at work? Do you cheat in any other aspects of your life? If you are a cheater, then yes, it's cool to think of things as cheating or cheat days. Your mind is powerful, and the body is powerful, and the body is controlled by the mind for the most part. And the mind can bend and will things into existence, be it everything that you see around here. So when you think of things as in a cheat or as a reward or a dessert or a snack, like they want to program you to think of these particular things, then your mind is wrapped around and becomes so fixated on the fact of doing something bad. You know how they always say, like, oh, good girls like bad guys, or, you know, the thought of doing this, the thought of stealing for a klepto, or the thought of lying for, you know, or just the thought of it, manifesting it in the here and now. So if you hold these thoughts into your mind, like cheat days and stuff like that, you never truly commit to what it is that you're doing. Ask your spouse, can you cheat on them? You know what I'm saying? They probably gonna look at you crazy unless you got that arrangement. But if you live in that type of arrangement, then it's cool to think like that because that's part of your everyday thing. So there is no cheat day. Just like in my workout days, in life, things happen. We have weaknesses. Situations happen. We fall off, but we get back up. If you understand that this is a life journey, this is a lifetime of health, a lifetime of what you're trying to do, and you're not going to be perfect. There's no, you are perfect. You're going to be perfect because you can only do what you can do. So there's perfection in you, and you can live your perfect life. Now, is it perfect as how I would have it to be or how someone else would have as they observe your life? No. But it's always perfect as the Most High deemed it to be. For you to go through your trials, your tribulations, your weaknesses, your stumbles, and everything else like that, because it brings something, you know, all things work to the good for those who believe. So it brings a certain quality and credibility to your testimony and to your example as you walk the face of this earth. If people are able to understand and see, or blessed or anointed enough to get that message from you. So you don't have to plan for like cheat days and stuff like that, because you would take time off and you'll do things. And then once you understand the dynamics of what it is that you're trying to do, you can manipulate some of the things that you like and put them in places to where they're not that destructive in your life. You know what I'm saying? If they still fit in your life, you know, in order to change a habit, they say you got to have anywhere from 300 to 5,000 repetitions of doing that at a period of time. In order to change or to break addictions, they say it usually takes about 14 and 21 days to break chemical or physical addictions to particular things. Now, mentally, you may battle for the rest of your life, you know what I'm saying? And this may be a battle that you may have to, you know, seek a higher enlightenment or power to intervene and come and strengthen you into that situation. But just as far as the chemical, or just as far as the physical, or just as far as the aspect of it, those things may pass, and you may be strong enough to pass those things. Now, what the mind does after that, then you start the real fight. That's what I tell my dieters, or that's what I tell my people on my meal plans. I say, we'll go ahead and do this and change this stuff, and then we'll see what's all broke after that. And until you get to that point, until you get to that discipline to where you're able to do that, you can't really find out where you're weak at. You have to take a real, truthful, hard look at yourself in the mirror. And you have to be able to cross certain thresholds of whatever it is that you experience, or giving it up for a period of time, to know, is this mental, is this physical, is this in my head? Is this, you know, to really explore and see what is the true nature of the problem? Because a lot of times for people that I deal with in nutrition and stuff like that, it isn't about exercising or physical or laziness. It's more spiritual than most times, you know what I'm saying? It's broken spirits. It's about comfort things. It's about their interpretation of who they are. So we get into a lot other depths other than outside of lifting weights and exercising, and I would say probably 70% of my dealing with people, it is on some mental and spiritual level that they're usually having problems or conflict with whatever is going on inside their wholeness or their oneness with their body. So if you're not a cheater, don't think of cheat days. You will have weekdays, but you just get back up and you start back the process. Don't plan those things because they happen spontaneously. And sometimes you just give in to what it is that you give into. There's no need to feel guilty. You can't make it better. You can't repair it. You just start over again. You just start from that day over again. It's just like they tell you at AA or any other type of addictions. Same thing with food. You know, you just start over from that day. If you got X number of years of not this, eating sugar or doing these or glutton or whatever, you just start the process over again. So I hope this helped, and I hope this gives you a better understanding of how to combat mentally, physically, and spiritually inside your mind these false cheat days and false meals and all these other things and stuff, things that go on like that. If you're not a cheater, don't cheat.